What if I told you that a single $half, yes, that silver-colored coin sitting quietly in a dusty drawer or a jar of loose change, could be worth more than a brand new car or even a small fortune? What if I said that somewhere in America, someone right now is holding a 1971 Kennedy $half that could turn their ordinary day into the day they discovered a hidden treasure? Welcome to Old Coins News, the channel where every coin tells a story of history, mystery, and money beyond imagination. So hit that subscribe button, because tonight we're uncovering one of the most misunderstood and secretly valuable coins in American history. The 1971 Kennedy $half, a coin that changed everything, yet almost no one realizes just how important it really is. The story begins in 1971, a year of transformation in America. Richard Nixon was president. The Vietnam War was raging. Apollo astronauts were returning from the moon. And deep within the U.S. Mint, something historic was happening. The U.S. was ending an era, the era of silver circulating in American coins. For decades, Americans held real silver in their hands, dimes, quarters, and $half that shined with the wealth of the nation. But that year, 1971, marked the first time the Kennedy $half would be struck without silver. Or at least, that's what the world was told. Because here's where the story turns shocking. Somewhere between history and mystery, between policy and production, a few 1971 Kennedy $half were struck by mistake in 40% silver. That's right. Even though the U.S. Mint officially stopped using silver in 1971, reports surfaced of rare, accidental strikes made using leftover silver planchets from 1970. These rare silver 1971 Kennedys are among the most elusive and valuable modern U.S. coins ever discovered. To the naked eye, they look identical to the ordinary copper-nickel halves millions of Americans spent at grocery stores and gas stations. But under the light and in the right hands, their true nature is revealed. They shine differently, they ring differently, they feel different. And for the lucky few who found them, they were worth thousands. Let's rewind a bit. The Kennedy $half itself was born out of tragedy. In 1963, after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, the nation was heartbroken. The Mint rushed into action to honor him. Within months, the new $half was ready, bearing Kennedy's proud, youthful profile on the obverse and the presidential seal on the reverse, symbolizing strength, unity, and hope. The design, created by Gilroy Roberts and Frank Gasparo, became an instant American icon. By 1971, millions of these coins had circulated. But that year was different. The U.S. Mint switched completely to a copper-nickel composition. No silver, just clad metal. Yet in that transition, something incredible happened. A few leftover 40% silver planchets from 1970, meant for special mint sets, somehow got fed into the presses. And the result was the 1971 Kennedy $half struck in silver, an error the Mint never intended. Collectors call it the accidental silver Kennedy. Only a handful have ever been verified. Each one that surfaces sends shockwaves through the numismatic world. Here's where things get unbelievable. In 2019, one of these mysterious 1971 silver Kennedys reportedly sold for over $13,000, and experts believe that's just the beginning. Another specimen, in pristine mint condition, was rumored to have reached $25,000 in private sale discussions. And recently, unconfirmed reports suggest that one flawless 1971 silver half-dollar could be worth up to $150,000 or more, depending on its strike, luster, and proof-like surfaces. Think about that. A single half-dollar made for circulation, potentially worth more than a year's salary for many Americans. But the story doesn't stop there. Even the regular 1971 Kennedy half-dollars, the copper-nickel versions, can hide extraordinary value. If your coin has a strong strike, mirror-like fields, or unusual die errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or missing letters, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Some collectors have paid hundreds or even thousands for the right coin with the right imperfections. And here's the kicker. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar was never issued in circulation quality silver again. That means this was the turning point, the final goodbye to the silver age of American currency. Hold one in your hand, and you can feel the history, the end of silver, the rise of modern coinage, and the memory of a fallen president whose image would forever mark American hearts. The obverse shows Kennedy's calm strength, his gaze toward the future. The reverse, that bold presidential seal, reminds us of the power and promise of a nation that refused to give up hope even in the darkest hour. Under bright light, you can see the subtle contrast between the smooth background and the raised design, a detail that makes collectors fall in love with this coin all over again. Now imagine finding one of those elusive silver strikes. You take it to a jeweler or a coin shop. They place it on a scale, and instead of reading 11.34 grams, the normal weight for a copper-nickel coin, it reads slightly higher, 11.50 grams or more. The dealer's eyes widen. He taps it gently on the counter, and the sound makes that high, clean ring reveals what your eyes can't see. It's silver. You've just uncovered a hidden relic that slipped through the cracks of U.S. mint history. And at that moment you realize you're holding something extraordinary, a mistake that turned into a miracle. Here's where the story turns from fascinating to life-changing. Experts believe there are still a few undiscovered silver 1971 Kennedys out there, hiding in rolls, in old collections, even in pocket change jars. They could be anywhere, in your home, your grandparents' drawers, or at a garage sale where no one has any idea what they're selling. So, before you spend that half-dollar, take one last look. Check the edges. If it's missing the copper layer, you may have something special. Weigh it, listen to it, and if it feels heavier or sounds purer, don't ignore that instinct. Because the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar isn't just another coin. It's a mystery, a legacy, and a ticket to fortune all in one. It's proof that history still hides treasures, waiting for the right person to find them. And remember, behind every ordinary coin lies an extraordinary story. This one began with loss, was born in honor, and lives on through those lucky enough to discover its secret silver heart. So, check your change, search your drawers, because your next great discovery might already be in your hands. This is Old Coins News, where history, mystery, and fortune come together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because in our next episode, we're revealing another US coin that has shocked experts and turned pocket change into pure gold. Until then, keep searching, keep believing, and remember, every coin tells a story. You just have to listen.